Warning, the following video contains spoilers and genuine reactions recorded immediately after watching the movie The Den by Zachary Donahue. You have been warned. I'm a little overwhelmed by the movie that I just saw. This is a movie that pretty much knocked the wind out of me. I'm sitting here and my stomach is upset, involved through the nature of all the graphic violence and all the things that were witnessed on shaky cameras. As you may have noticed, my eyes are completely droopy from all the experiences that I've had with this film, and has left me with a very, very sick stomach. The film that I saw was called The Den. I started watching it before reading the description, but basically it says it's about a young woman studying the habits of webcam users, witnesses a murder online, and becomes the killer's next target. The movie is about this student, college student mostly, who has a couple of friends. She wants to start this whole project with the whole thing called The Den, social kind of internet tool that allows people to chat over video webcam. The feature film has a Mac, and pretty much every single person uses a Mac because that's the normal thing to use in a movie like that. She's just chatting online with this one person. The person doesn't have a webcam, it's broken. She says, "Would you like to be my friend?" This movie was directed by Zachary Donahue, and the costume design was done by Heather Montana. This was released 2 days before Christmas. I don't know why they decided to go with this release date, because this is the last movie that I would want to see before Christmas. But I saw it, and what I saw was very disturbing. This was supposed to be a scary movie, and it was. Guys going around looking like Scarecrow from Batman, wielding very, very sharp weapons that could potentially cut through the epidermis, and taking the word den to a completely whole different meaning. I did not know any of the actors or actresses' names in this, probably because I've never seen them act before. That's the thing. I don't know why they came up with this kind of thing. I mean, I assume that this thing was new at the time, back when it came out, because let's be honest, there's another movie called Unfriended, very success in the box office. But the one thing that The Den does have constantly is just webcams. That's it. My first response to the Unfriended movie that I'm going to see eventually, after taking a 2 to 3 week break from horror movies, is, here's the premise. There's a social media website. This girl goes on it. There's some mysterious user who ends up adding them. If the person doesn't know who this person actually is, then they get rid of them. And lo and behold, what happens after that is another story. So, how to sum up the whole Den movie is kind of hard to believe that another movie like Unfriended could come out of the mix. But let's just say that, spoiler-wise territory, mind this, the movie ends with a dad on a certain website where he pays money to see the ultimate demise of people. That's it. And apparently The Den is not just a social media website, but apparently they turn it into some sort of evil, masochistic area that has been abandoned, and it looked like a destroyed school of some sort that did not open at all, and was put a lot under the wing of deconstruction. I do not recommend this movie to those who are easily disturbed by camera work, stunt doubles, obvious, apparent views of violence. I just wanted to show you my reaction to watching the movie, because as you can clearly see, I'm not floating in a sea of jellyfish rolling around in a field of daisies or dandelions or sunflowers. This was kind of hard to watch, and in that note, they did really well. It just kind of disappointed me. Most of the subject matter I did not like. I felt really bad for the main character, who obviously did not escape the den and got shot in the face. And that's it. I don't know what the message was. I think the message is this. It is 99.9% impossible to hack through a Mac. It just is. Macs don't get viruses. Macs don't get spyware. They don't get adware. Microsoft computers do, but not Macs. I don't understand how the hell they were able to connect through. I guess there were a couple of things that they had to show to make sure that, well, you knew that it wasn't the person who you thought it was. It was the hacker, just kind of plug it into the whole internet connection. Well, here is my take on it. Basically, this whole thing could have easily ended if she just decided to not go with the project and unplug her computer. Lo and behold, when she decided to go with this whole project thing, she then was part of a viral video that happened. She witnessed a murder, and then there were more murders after that. No evidence was found, which is complete and total bullcrap. They are bound to leave things. Just when you thought that they could have gotten away from these scarecrow-masked men, they didn't. And that upset me. I really wanted the protagonist to survive, because that's the typical thing that happens in most movies, is that the protagonist who's smart, who's clever, who's not a complete and total a-hole, ultimately comes out in the end. I'm looking at some ratings right now, and apparently Rotten Tomatoes gave it an 81% rating. Not guaranteed fresh, but not bad. It was kind of unnerving. It's more about dread than scares, because there are some things that I did not particularly like about this movie, but in a way, the things that I did not like actually helped this movie out really well. All I'm saying is that it wasn't bad for production value. It had very scary images. It had dread all the way through pretty much when you thought, maybe the person might be alive. This movie was originally released in Russia, and I'm looking this up as I talk so I can kind of get a better opinion because I barely did research. This was on IFC midnight, and I don't know why did they view it at midnight? I don't know. That's it. That's just the whole gist of it. Apparently there's also another link to Unfriended, which is kind of one of those cyber movies, whereas that movie was more successful, and apparently it raised $54 million on a $1 million budget. That's huge. So I might see that next. I don't know what other movie I'm going to watch, but other than that, that's it. If you would like to see The Den for yourself, it is easily on Amazon, Netflix, iTunes, the whole 9 yards. But I just want to warn you that some of the images that you will see in the movie will make your stomach churn, and it will also make you double check about putting yourself out there online on the internet like I am right now. I just want to make sure that there's nobody sneaking into this room, because you never know. That's all I got to say about The Den. It's on DVD, Blu-ray, Netflix, all your streaming websites that you can find. That's pretty much the whole gist of it. So thank you for watching this reaction video to a movie that I just saw. I hope that all of you have a good night. We just have to remember that movies are movies, and they're not real life. They take real life concepts and they put them into movies, but they're not real. I don't think there's some sort of secret den out there where they slaughter people and do it for money. That's not what you should do. Anyway, I'm going to go to bed. I hope you all have a wonderful night. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.